A great achievement. The University of Cincinnati Cancer Center is one of the nation's top team of cancer experts and your compassionate collaborators close to the comforts of home.
Yeah, we are so fortunate. And the region's only academic health program, too. These experts recently completed the world's first human trial of proton flash radiotherapy at the Cincinnati Children and University of Cincinnati Medical Center Proton Therapy Center, which can ultimately lead to transforming cancer care.
The Cincinnati Children's University of Cincinnati Medical Center Proton Therapy Center opened in 2016. We treat many patients, adult and pediatric patients here with radiation therapy using protons, which is a form of radiation therapy for patients with cancer. Traditionally, patients treated with radiation will be treated with X-rays. Here at the Proton Therapy Center, we treat them with radiation, except that beam isn't an X-ray, it's a proton. Certain advantages of proton therapy are that the proton beam can actually go into the patient and then stop at a certain point. So we can be very, very precise in where we tell that radiation to go. And in doing so, we can minimize side effects to the areas around that tumor or the area that we're targeting. Typically, we'll treat a lot of patients with pediatric malignancies. We'll treat a lot of head and neck cancers, pediatric and adult brain tumors, as well as patients who've received radiation in the past. There's also certain types of lung cancers, breast cancers, and prostate and GI cancers that can be treated as well. At the Proton Therapy Center, we have various studies that are comparing protons to traditional X-rays. We're very excited to be the only place in the world doing proton flash radiotherapy. Flash in general has been looked at since the 60s as a way to potentially decrease side effects. In the lab, they found that side effects would be significantly reduced as they delivered radiation therapy faster. There was better survival and less side effects, so we call this the flash effect. And this has been shown time and time and again in many different lab studies. Human patients have never been treated with proton flash until our study. We looked at 10 patients who had metastases or spread of their cancer to the bone, and we treated them using single-dose radiation therapy to help their pain. Those 10 patients, we followed them over time. What we found is that the treatment itself was clinically feasible, it was efficacious and safe. The patients did quite well. Many of them had complete responses in their pain control. And when you compare it to traditional X-rays or traditionally how we're treating patients, they did just as well, if not slightly better. The care at the University of Cincinnati Cancer Center is really on the cutting edge. We're the only place in the world that's delivering proton flash, and we're very excited to be the ones to do so right here in Cincinnati's backyard, because this study was the first in the world using this in humans. Every study that will be looking at flash from here forward will use our study as a baseline. We're doing studies that could potentially change the whole landscape of how patients are treated with radiotherapy in the future, and that all just started here with this study.
And to schedule an appointment with the University of Cincinnati Cancer Center, call them at 513-585-UCCC.